Someone smart said it right, it's the golden rule. Multiple income streams, that's what keeps you cool. The trading game is best learned when you get in the ring. Every trade's a battle and preparation's the key to everything. To everything. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker NQ. Break down the market moves, me and you. I'll share my strategy, the wins and all the pain. Unfiltered, real time, through the sun and through the rain. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, there's a spot for you. Honest takes, live action, and prop firm drama too. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker NQ. Break down the market moves, me and you. Daily live streams, future strategy on fire. Prop firm updates, taking you higher and higher and higher. Community insights, that's the final key. Learning, growing, leveling up for all of us to see. So come on in and let's get it done. It's not.
All right. Good morning. Let's get this camera working. All right, we're up and running. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, late start today. Did not want to wake up. All right, we had that crazy flush down, I guess, on Friday. I was away on Friday, and then we've been pushing right back up. We're back into this range that we played 2-3 weeks ago, that 22,800, 23,100. So potentially come back and test here. Are they just going to rally? It's going to be a patience day. Good morning, Chris. Yeah, man, had a great trip. Didn't want to come back. Actually, almost extended it. But all right, let's see what we got. 1 minute to go. Geez, I don't even know what we're looking at here. We got a pivot point at 23,169. That's all the way up there. So it's going to be a patience game until we figure out are they really going to bounce this today or further continuation to the downside. Have they already bounced it about 200 points? 30 seconds for the casino to open. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Casino is now open. See what they're going to do up here. There's the push. Pop above 23,100. Gonna be a little patient today. We got news at 9:45. News today at 9:45. And news at 10 a.m. today. So, key for patience, I guess, is the name of the game today. We set my timers. And there we go. 10 a.m. All right, looks like we're popping. Continuation of that bounce from the overnight session. So if that's the case, I'll wait for some type of pullback. Let's take a look at the overnight range. Here's the overnight range. Tight little range. All right, so came to this 125, 130 level. That level's being respected. Potential little pullback back to test the 9. But we're going to be patient today. Number one, I'm half asleep. Duality, good morning. Good morning, Duality. Good morning, Chris. Chris asking us about Blue Guardian. Unfortunately, I haven't traded that one. I don't have much info on Blue Guardian. I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's see what this market's going to do today. So it's starting to consolidate out there. Potential further push. He's pushing. Starting to fade up there too. Coming to that 130 level and starting to come into resistance. Your VWAP is creeping up. 200 SMA is creeping up. Let's see how further up she'll go. Still struggling up there. Pushing. Wow. Bulls are in control today, huh? Let's see how far they'll go. They're approaching a pivot point right now at 170, 165, 170. this level right here in yellow. They're approaching that level. Let's see if they'll push right through that too. Yeah, that's close to a 100-point move right at the open. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. So they pushed through this level. They came to this level and starting to fade out. I'm still going to let it play out. I'm going to be a little more patient today than usual. They're pushing up to maybe wait for some type of pullback if we get anything. Here they go. Just keep going. Attempt a little scalp down here to the 9, see if we can get at least the 9 EMA on this. Not liking it. I'm going to try a little later. Should have been a stronger flush. Look for a stronger pullback and then I try to long this. We got 9:45, 10 a.m. news. Might have to wait quite some time today. Morning, Peter. Yeah, we need to kick some ass. Let's do this. Gonna be a little patient today, though. It's not pulling back yet. Mike Milan, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Still haven't had my coffee. Might have to walk out for a little bit of coffee. We got 9:15 and 9:45 news today. 9:59, I'm sorry, 9:30. No, 9:45. What am I talking about? 9:45 and 10 a.m. news. Still thinking Arizona here. All right. So 9:45 we got PMI, and then 10 a.m. we got ISM services PMI. So it's all PMI related. There's 9:45 and 10 a.m. All right, here she goes. She wants more. All right, we just hit the 200 SMA on the 15-minute. Are they going to push right through the SMA like it's nothing? Looks like it. Wow. All right, I'm going to go grab some water. Let's see when there's a pullback on this. I'll be back. Bill wants more. Still wants more. Go straight to funded. What's up, brother? Morning, King Caesar. Man, look at this. Just rocket ship. It's just blowing through levels like it's nothing today. All right. We'll have to wait for a pullback and see if we can hop on this long somehow. Yeah, go straight to funded. I'm looking at that 230 area. I've been patient at this point. 230 is your pivot point. It just blew through the 200 SMA like it's nothing, though. Like no resistance. So this level right here is your next pivot point. I may attempt another shot at a short there. I didn't like this one and got out. Well, thank God I did. But I may wait for a pullback instead for a long if we're going to continue. think I have my previous day high wrong here. Actually, no, previous day high is fine. That's what happens after 9:30. All right, keeps pushing. 3:30 is this pivot point we're hitting right now, or this level right here. Tricky, tricky. All right, I'm going to attempt to short at this pivot point. See if we can get a 9 EMA touch at least. Nope. Not ready to dump. Not liking it. We'll do little scalps. Not liking that. That should have been a stronger pullback. So at this point, I'll probably just have to wait for some type of stronger pullback and hop on a long. Bulls are in control right now. No question about it. So 2 attempted shorts, didn't like it. Still in the green, but did not get the pullback that I was looking for on either one of them. So I think it's more of let's wait for a pullback between the 170 and this 190 level. They want to push above 200, so we'll probably try to attempt a long. All right, so that 230 level, that pivot point, starting to build a stronger pullback. Let's see if they can hold the 9 EMA. Or are they going to flush it back to down to that level, this level down here for a test of 170 to 20? See how far they'll go on this one. Definitely not flushing yet. All right, news in 7 minutes. PMI shouldn't be too crazy movements, but I'll be hands off the next 7 minutes. Nicolas Gomez. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Yeah, it shouldn't be that crazy. All right, here we go. They bounced it, so they're still not giving a significant pullback. Let's wait. Let's see how far she wants to go. See if they can push above 23, 230, or is this just a test for another rejection and then potential short building? Wow. Bulls are in control, man. Look at this. Look at that boner candle. Don't mess with bulls today. All right. They're going to push that pivot point at 230. They're pushing right above that. No stop there. Nope. All right. They tried to push above that pivot point and they wicked it. Let's see. Be a little patient today. That 9 EMA is continuing to provide support. We have not flushed it yet. And bounce at the 9. Wow. Wow, that's a boner candle right there. Look at that. Jesus. How are they going to push this up today? Directional, yeah, man. That's why I'm being very cautious. Go straight to funded. I think I might have to wait just for a pullback and hop it along. Not try to short this. I've attempted 2 shorts. Didn't like either one of them, and I got out. I'm in the green, but haven't really captured a play yet. The play so far has been hop on along. Keeps going. Next level at 300 area. News in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Should be it's a yellow, so let's see if this yellow event brings anything to it. Yellow folder event, not much yet. Nicholas, you guys aren't hearing music? You should be hearing music now. Oh, here we go. Sorry, the music was turned off. Thanks. There you go. You should have music now. And bulls keep pushing. We'd be looking at Thursday highs at this point. Friday high we passed a while ago. At least Friday New York session high we passed some time ago. So far, we've had two consolidation areas. I attempted to short both, did not like them, but walked out in the green with both. Now we're entering a third consolidation area, and let's see if they're going to continue to push. It's been push, consolidate, push, consolidate. Whew. Well, good morning to everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Let's see where this pullback happens. Potentially test that pivot point again. We're not too far from it. Wait, serve me some coffee. I still haven't had my coffee yet. Still not giving it up. See if we get any type of harsher pullback now. Niklas, it wasn't a holiday. I just went over to Sedona with the family, did some hiking, some off-roading, took the Jeep out on some trails, and had a good time, man. I didn't want to come back. We were going to extend it. If it wasn't for my kiddos' school, we would have stayed an extra day, but it is what it is. Got back tired, woke up tired. All right, so nasty NASDAQ, about close to 200 points move, and no sign of a pullback yet. It pushes, consolidates, and I shorted both consolidation areas, hoping for a stronger pullback. Neither one played out, but got out in the green on both, so I think we're up a little bit, but still haven't captured any move. So we'll be patient. Still no pullback. Looks like it's another consolidation area, another push up, right? We had this little consolidation area. We had this area. And now we're here. It's tighter. Will they continue their push up? At this point, I'll have to wait for some type of pullback, a stronger pullback, and potentially hop on a long. But we've seen these directional days with minimal pullbacks. That's the case, then I'll have to see what I want to do here. Straight to funded, you're talking about, oh, Monday high, but you're talking about the overnight session, not the New York session. I see what you're saying. You're talking about like 5:45. No, not even. Where are you looking at Friday high? We're way past Friday highs. You're talking about Thursday. Well, Thursday, New York, I guess, is what you're saying. Yep, I see what you're saying. All right, starting to build a pullback here. Let's see if they can flush. They're now below the 9. Will the 9 not allow the 20 touch? Right now we're touching the 20 SMA. Are we going to get the stronger pullback here? Looks like it. King Caesar's in a short. All right, potential test of, let's see. Testing that 30 level right now, which is the pivot point. This is pivot point area. It either bounces or they're going to flush that pivot point now. Looking like a flush incoming. All right, that was it's a stronger pullback now. 30 points on that pullback. And that's the pivot point right there. Is the pivot point going to be the bounce? King Caesar scalping it. And they bounced it at the pivot point. That may be all we get for a pullback for now. See if they can pop right back into this range. Are they going to pop right back into range for continuation, or are the moving averages now going to flip to resistance? We had the 9 EMA provide the support for the whole move up, but we're starting to struggle here at moving averages. Are we going to get a temporary little resistance move to the downside? But yes, it is in an ascending channel. Top of that channel and the bottom of that channel. struggling up there, though. King Caesar's hopping on some long, scaling in. Unable so far to get back into that little range. See if this area now starts becoming resistance and the moving averages flip from support on the move up to resistance. I'm not trusting a pullback yet. Much as I want to find a short, not trusting those shorts yet. All right, it is struggling at that level though. I'll give the bears that now. And we are seeing some doji candles now, so let's see if this is it for now. Or are they trapping bears and then push right back up? King Caesar, looks like your long is playing out there. I mean, they're so close. At this point, they're probably going for 300. And they're about to take off. There they go. Almost there is telling us that the short is at 265. Starting to fade. Will they pop this and continue, or is this finally the area we're going to get some type of pullback? Pushing. Don't mess with bulls today. What's the top of this wick here? All right, so far the moving averages, your 9 and your 20 have not flipped to resistance. They're continuing to build support. We're in a little range there. Let's see what happens. Back into range, has not been able to pop out up or down yet. All All right, they're trying to pop it one more time. Starting to look like topping behavior. Oh, no. Starting to look like topping behavior, fading out. They're struggling. All right, that pullback's starting to build. Starting to top at those moving averages. If they can't pop or support using the 90 EMA as support, now we're starting to see a little topping here. Chop, chop, chop. Going sideways. Which way will she go? It's a tight chop too. 10 points. All right, here they go. They're going to push one more time. Let's see if this is the out. And right back down. King Caesar, a dump to pump? Yeah, I mean, I'd entertain some type of pullback for a long. Pullback long. Question is, are we going to get it? Chop. All right, here they go. They're trying to flush this. Chop holds. That little range right there. And sideways. NASDAQ going sideways now. How long will this chop last? All right, they're trying to break below that range. Ooh, popped it right back up. All right, coming down to test that pivot point one more time. No significant flush yet. Okay, here we go. Now they're trying to, pivot point is at 30, so 5 more points. And will the pivot point hold, or is this finally going to be the pullback we're waiting for? That was a touch of the pivot point. So far holding. What you want to do, NASDAQ and pivot point holding, bouncing it now at the pivot point and going right back into that range. Is that all we get for a pullback? Bulls not giving it up, man. Don't mess with Bulls today. I was hoping for a stronger pullback. But that pivot point may be all we get. All right, top of that range. What's it gonna do? Are they gonna finally pop out of this range? That chop is real today. Just not moving. All right, Bulls seeming to struggle to continue to push up. Bears trying to get a pullback here, but in a chop fest. 10 points, mind you. And more sideways. Indecision up here. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, another attempt to flush below that pivot point. Here they go. All right, they're flushing now. They're trying to flush below that pivot point. There they go. Nope, unable to flush, at least for now. Pivot point is holding, so that 230 area is holding. That's where your pivot point's at. They bounce it here. That's dirty. Some dirty move there, trapping shorts. If they bounce it here, that's a dirty move to trap some shorts. Yep, look at that. Anybody who thought they were going to flush the pivot point is going to have to decide on a stop right now. That's dirty. That's chop. Staying out until we get some resolution of this. Nasty chop right there. Ooh, look at that. We're starting to get a little bit of a descending channel forming, but the angle is not ideal. Got something like that starting to build, but still not interested. Go straight to funded. I agree with you, man. I'm coming very close. In other words, I got to stick to the discipline. I won't trade the chop. And even if we break here to the upside, to the downside, I got to find a level that it'll test for either a long or a short. So I may be out for a while. I'm not gonna trade this chop. King Caesar, you're right, man. It's been trapping. It trapped shorts down here. It trapped longs up here. This was a nasty play. I honestly thought that was the short for continuation to the downside, flushing that pivot point. I'm glad I'm not getting FOMO in on any of these plays. That's a dirty trap right there, what they just did. Jesse James, welcome to the stream, brother. And this could go on for, we've seen these consolidation areas go on for 2 hours, but I'm not going to play it. So far, attempted 2 shorts at levels, and fortunately, I didn't like either one of them and got out on time. Had I held, look at this push up and look at this push up. But I didn't see the flush that I was looking for. Got out in the green on both, but still have not captured anything. I'm technically flat for the day. All right, well, if you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Do this every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, trying to trade nasty NASDAQ. And I'll be back tonight as well, doing the late Asia session, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. All right, here they go. Are they going for another trap, or is this finally the break? If you look at your 15-minute candles, you got exhaustion up there. You got some dojis. Let's see. Renko, good morning. All right. The chop continues. Which way will she go? Christopher, not sure I'm going to be pulling the trigger, but might try my first prop firm tonight. Oh, nice, Chris. Yeah. This is NASDAQ going nowhere. Sideways. Well, if you're new to the stream and you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I live stream every morning, New York session, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And I also do the late Asia session, 9:15 p.m. So I'll be back tonight. Nasty NASDAQ trapping both ways and not getting out of this range. This was a nasty one because they hinted it here. They popped it and they brought it right back down. So that usually gets people to FOMO in on that short to break the pivot point, and they pumped it right back up. It's crazy. But I do see some fading up here. I mean, look at your 5-minute candles. Look at your 15. Doesn't look like continuation to the upside for now. The nasty NASDAQ going nowhere. Sideways. We're in sideways consolidation. Which way will she go? Staying out for now. Got barely some green. Tried shorting twice at these levels and I didn't like either one of them, so I got out in the green on both. So little bit of profit, nothing to brag about. But I got out early on both. Did not like the movements. All right, here comes another push down. Or is it just range? Getting tighter, I'll give you that. Peter Chan is looking for a long at 64.5. He's break of that high for a 2 to 5 point scalp. All right, they're flushing it now. Are they going to flush below that pivot point, or the pivot point hold again? All right, selling pressure building. Think this is it. Question is, how far will they bring this down? They pop it, then that means we're in an extended range, right? The range is now looking to be something like this. If they pop it right back up, then we got more sideways. All right, they're coming close to flushing this. I think this is where we're going to see the flush. If the bottom of that little descending channel holds, then we're going to sell off within a channel. But let's see. Fantasy Arabia. Hey JC, since you copy trade all of your accounts, how do you accept and recover from blowing them all? I assume it's all bust at the same time. Yeah, Fantasy Arabia. I just had was it Friday? No, Friday I didn't trade. Thursday I blew all my accounts live. But that's my decision. In other words, that's my cost of business. For me, it works better to trade them all, get a couple payouts on all, and then, you know, if you blow them, you blow them. But yes, Thursday I blew them all. And like I said, it's as far as accept and recover, it's my cost of doing business. It's okay, here we go. Here's that flush. See if the bottom of that channel holds, or otherwise they're going to flush it back down. Potentially testing 180, 200. Bottom of that descending channel holding for now. So it looks like we are in a pattern here, but it's a little too late for me to hop on. All right, we're now in this initial consolidation range. Will this consolidation range be the bounce? Or are they going to bring it right back down to this level, that 170, 180 area? It's choppy. Oof. They pop it right back up to that other level on top. That's dirty. Or that just could be the pullback for the continuation to the upside. In other words, this could be it for the pullback, but still not interested. It's starting to get a little busy here. So we've been in this descending channel, right? We had a little look above and fail. We flushed it right back down. Is this the beginning of that descending channel playing out? We shall see. All right, so descending channel is holding. Let's see if they pop out or right back down. Oh, looks. And it looks like right back in the range. Let's see if they're going to pop out of that range now. Wrapping shorts. Yeah, King Caesar. Today is see money, take money unless you get continuation. If you're not getting continuation, see money, take money. Looks like we're building a continuation play here. Let's see how they do at the top of that range. Otherwise, they just trapped some shorts again. And right top of the range holds. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's nasty right there. If they flush it back down, not interested. Yeah, let's see if we can get out of this. It's going into 1 hour of chop. What are they going to do? Pushed it all the way up to the top of that range to bring it right back down. Man, they're trapped. They're faking out both directions. But that's why it's called the chop. By the time you're done trading that, you're either in the green or you've blown so many accounts that when the move finally happens, you don't have drawdown. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, is this it? Is this it? That was a nasty candle. That was 50 down to 17. That was a big candle. Wow. Touched the 20 SMA on the 5 minute. So if we look at the 5 minute, came to the 20 and bounced. If anybody thought that was the continuation play, well, you're being pushed right back up. This is your 5 minute. It is trapping. Any momentum trader that thought that was it, that was a close to a 40-point candle, right? 40-point 1 minute candle. Let's take a look at that. 48 down to 16. 215 to 50, so about 35 point candle. Ouch. And what they did is they hinted continuation, right? They were building this little move with continuation and to flush them right back down. Now that could be it. In other words, this could be the pullback and we finally get the bounce, but way too choppy for me to participate in even that. That was a dirty move. When you start seeing stuff like that, it's your sign. Get out. Tomorrow will be another day. Shorts are tempting. I mean, listen, it was a 35-point candle, so I'll give you that. That's usually, normally I would hop on that short, but today is just nasty chop. All right, so we came down to test the opening range, 15-minute opening range high. Is that going to be your hold? Is that going to be your base for pump? But this flush right here was nasty. You're starting to trap longs, getting excited on that momentum or continuation, only to flush them right back down. Now, are they going to do now the same thing with these shorts who finally figured, all right, we're going to dump? Are they going to push them right back up? Dirty, dirty. Not interested. All right, so we're going into what, 640, 740, okay, about a little bit over an hour of chop. Nasty. Nasty chop there. It's starting to look like they're going to reverse the whole thing, though. Peter Chan is letting us know 2-minute EMA cross, or crossed rather. All right, looks like they're going to reverse this whole thing. Let's extend this channel because the channel has been holding, to be honest with you. They've been playing there. A couple look above and fails out of the channel, but still playing to the downside. The trick on this short, if it's really going to potentially test the open, it's how do you hop on a short without some drawdown. Dwayne Orta, good morning, brother. Welcome to the stream. All right, so staying in that range. Channel's holding for now, but it's had a couple look above and fails. Davy Crockett. I haven't heard that name in a while. King Caesar, yeah. Today is if you're following candles, see profit, take profit, because direction changes pretty quickly for both the upside and the downside. There's been some little scalps on continuation, but you'd have to close within 1 or 2 minutes max. Otherwise, you get trapped. Strictly a scalping game right now. You hold on too long, they rip it the opposite direction. But I do think the shorts are starting to build their selling pressure. If you're able to hold a drawdown, then you might get a nice short. You'd have to hold this whole area as your entry and potential shorting stop up here. But this whole range becomes the entry area. Here we go. It's starting to break down. Bottom of that range holding. But they are using that descending channel to bring it down. You're able to... I'll extend this real quick. If you're able to play the chart and this, what is it, 200 to 260 as your area to build the short, you may have a nice short to the downside. But it's taking the ups and downs of that consolidation range. Look at that. Bottom of that range and pop it right back up. So it's range bound. Not interested. Oh, sorry guys. Came back late from Sedona last night. Haven't had coffee and falling asleep here with this sideways consolidation. Nasty NASDAQ going into 2 hours of chop. Made the initial move and then consolidate. King Caesar taking a 15-minute break. Good stuff, brother. I'll see you in a little bit. Nasty NASDAQ going nowhere. Chris, I know nobody plays it, but the YM has a nice push up this morning. Nice. Yeah, I haven't looked at the YM in a while. Lost it here. And looks like that's it. One directional move and then chop. Summer trading for you. All right, guys. If you're new to the stream and enjoying, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. If you've been tuned in for a while, now is probably the time to hit that live button with any live stream, not just mine, with any live stream. Make sure you hit that live button so it brings you closer to real time. So we figure out what nasty NASDAQ's going to do here. There has been a gradual sell-off in that little descending channel that we see there. We had a couple of look above and fails out of that channel. 1, 2, potentially coming back into this channel. So it's been a little graduated sell-off. Here we go. They're pushing at the bottom of that channel again, trapping anybody that was hoping for continuation on this push up. But it is a channel. In other words, as long as you can hold the drawdown, there's potential for popping right back up. It's just the drawdown you got to take. There's the pop back up. But I'm not interested in this. A little continuation building there on the shorts. Look at that, selling. But it seems to be all within this selling algo. I'm gonna hang out for 15 more minutes. Probably one of those days, if you didn't catch the big move on the open, don't try to trade it now in this chop fest. Opportunity awaits. I'm looking for it to go back to take out Asia low or the overnight low. Potential. That would be reversing the whole thing, right? If we go back to overnight lows, you're talking all the way down here. So it'd be reversing the entire open play, which is not unheard of. Wouldn't be the first time. And if you're looking to build this short, like I said, it's how much of this chop are you willing to take in terms of drawdown? Giving yourself a stop up here and potentially a very strong short opportunity playing, but you're going to have to deal with the chop. And like I said, I got back from Sedona pretty late last night. I think for me, it's more of a, you tried, you didn't walk out into red, come back tomorrow. But it is looking like some red coming today. If we continue, like I said, this area, it's about a 60-point area, 200 to about 256. We could see more consolidation in there, but that's technically this area, just looking at it as a short entry. You just have to take the drawdown potential stops up here. But you got a juicy play if this truly is going to be the topping of this original play and potentially come right back down to these areas. I'm going back to bed, and I probably will wake up later this afternoon and find it down here based on what we're seeing in terms of price action. All right, I'll hang out for 10 more minutes, but I think I've made a decision not trading this. Good morning to everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening to anybody on the other side of the ocean. If you're brand new to the stream and you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every morning, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, and I'll do the late Asia session tonight, Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. I'm yeah, we're in chop, and not interested today in trading or scalping the range. Had a good weekend with the family. I hope you guys all had a great weekend coming in. If you traded this, I hope you guys are in the green. If you haven't, or you're a little bit of red, maybe walk out. It's a chop fest. But I'm calling it. I'm going to be headed back to bed pretty soon. I'll hang out for 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, right? That's what you always say. 10 more minutes. I won't take a trade. I won't take a trade. And you end up taking a trade and it's red. Continues to consolidate. If you're just tuning in, I tried to short two areas, two levels. Didn't like the price action on either one and got out. So slight little green there on scalps. And now we're in consolidation here. Which way will it go? And tighter. Go straight to funded. Yellow news at 2 p.m. Need a can of bear spray. Might just call today a no trade day and enjoy no red. I've already called it. I'm not trading anymore. I'm hanging out on the stream, but unless we see 50-point ripper and we got some news or something going on, otherwise, yeah, no trades. I'm going back to bed in a little bit. Let's take a look at what we've got here for tomorrow in terms of news. So today's the 4th. Pretty much done with news today. Then tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. we have a red folder event, trade balance. Then at 9:45 PMI. 10 a.m. PMI tomorrow, so should be some volatility tomorrow. Shorts are trying. The only problem with this range here, like I said, until it breaks, you gotta be able to handle the pop. So you can potentially come right back up, and then continue consolidating this overall, what is it, 50 point range until it breaks. I think it's setting up for a juicy play to the downside, but we shall see. All right, they're still in this descending channel. They've had a couple of look above and fails, look above and fail, look above and fail. This could be a look above and fail. Bring it back down here and then push it right back up. If they start using the top of this descending channel as basing, I've seen that pattern before where they hover, and then you get the play. You could go to the upside or to the downside. Jesse James, I suffered a full loss on Friday, so rebuilding, gotta go slow. Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah, my full loss day was Thursday. Blew pretty much everything live. So we're back. We're taking it easy. But yeah, Jesse James, sorry to hear that, brother. All right, looks like that short is building. Question is, are they gonna flush it from here or pop it again to bring it back down? That's the problem with that descending channel. And popping it right back up. It's looking dangerous. Looking like it's wants to give another pop, get back into that range, and continue consolidation. But as far as I'm concerned, no, I'm done. I'm done trading. Technically, I'm flat. Didn't make much today, but I'm okay. This nasty consolidation. Yeah, the only caveat to that short there is the ripper to test the top of that range again. And you got caught in a really bad position down there. But if you're short bias for the day, like I said, that would be the range, 220 to 250 area as an entry on a short. You got to give yourself time. Stop above 270, 275. And if the play plays out to the downside, potential 100 points to the downside. King Caesar, I have no edge in this slow motion. Yeah, it's getting tighter. So before we had this range, right? We were going back and forth here, 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 here. And now, look, it's getting tighter and tighter. So the play's about to happen. But at this point, I'm just waiting to see it play out. I'm done. I'm not trading for the rest of the day. Executive decision. Unless we see something, right? We always say, I'm not taking trades, I'm not taking trades. And you end up taking like 5 trades. All right, she's breaking down. Is it a trap to just get shorts interested there and then pop them right back up? We'll find out. I'll tell you what I don't want to do is find out in position. That's the only issue with that short there is the pop. They may need to push it right back up again. They're hovering around that 15-minute opening range, the top. Which way will it go? Go straight to funded. I'm not trading this. This market is out for blood. I think the market makers blew some of their own accounts last week. Yeah, last 2 days. I actually watched a couple while I was driving up. I think I watched a couple of other streamers on Friday. A couple of them blew up too. A couple of red days. Friday was, I haven't looked really at the price action on Friday. It looks like Friday was brutal. There it is. That's the only reason I wouldn't want to short there, even though it could be a red day. In other words, it could the continuation of this move could be a full reversal. The problem entering here is you're going to have to absorb the drawdown of this range until it breaks. At this point, I do think you got some potential downside of this. In other words, a full reversal of the New York's open move. But you gotta find a solid entry. The cheaper trade, as they always call it, is the top of the range. You give yourself 20, 25, 30 points and ride that for till the consolidation ends. That's why on these plays, if your bias is to the short, you're better off. Your cheaper trade is somewhere up here in this top quadrant versus being down here. Not to say the short can't play. But if it needs further consolidation, your entry here would have to absorb all of this drawdown, potentially the breakout to the upside, and you're wrong. Whereas, let's say you are short biased, your entry somewhere in this top quadrant, if you get stopped out, right, it's only about 20 points versus taking the full range. Vice versa. Let's say you're long biased. This is technically your entry, right? It's just how the pattern looks, and the market will always do what you don't think it's going to do, right? We're thinking shorts, 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 but this could be right here the entry for the long, right? It came down to the initial consolidation zone here, tested for a little bit, and now you get the push up. So the two cheap trades are the short up here and the long down here. Either one goes against you, you're only talking about 20 point stops until the range breaks. But I'm not interested. So far, it has been a short to top of that range and long to bottom. It's pain. All right, we're going to remove one of these now that the range has been extended. Let's keep this for tomorrow. There we go. And potential bounce at the top of that 15-minute opening range level. All right, guys, I'm calling it a day. Not interested in trading the range today. I do appreciate everybody tuned in. If you are just tuning in or first time on the stream, I do this every morning, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I'll be back tomorrow, 9:15. I'll be back tonight. I'm sleepy already. I'll be back tonight, 9:15 p.m. As well. So you got two options, 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, or 9:15 p.m. Monday through Thursday for the late Asia session. Appreciate you all. I will see you tonight for any late night Asia traders. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I appreciate you all.
Someone smart said it right, it's the golden rule. Multiple income streams, that's what keeps you cool. The trading game is best learned when you get in the ring. Every trade's a battle and preparation's the key to everything. To everything. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker and Q. Break down the market moves, me and you. I'll share my strategy, the wins and all the pain. Unfiltered, real time, through the sun and through the rain. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, there's a spot for you. Honest takes live action and prod firm drama too. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker and Q. Break down the market moves, me and you. Daily live streams, future strategy on fire. Prop firm updates, taking you higher and higher and higher. Community insights, that's the final key. Learning, growing, leveling up for all of us to see. So come on in and let's get it done. It's not financial advice, but a journey for everyone. Real trader talk, yeah, that's the real one. So welcome to JC's world.